Man, it's your boy out of town Wayne. Man, I've been gone for a while. Uh, you know, going through some things, man. Going through some things, but I'm still here. I'm still fighting, man. I wanted to go live with y'all guys, man. So, man, tap in with me and let's talk about it. Let's talk about it, man. So yeah, man, I've been on my journey, and on this journey, man, it's treacherous. It's treacherous when you trying to be something better, when you trying to be different, man. You get thrown into some things that's gonna test your patience, test your strength, your courage, your heart. You know what I'm saying? And those are the times that you gotta fight the most, because that's what shapes you to becoming the version of yourself that's stronger, that was forged in the fire. A lot of times people are faced with issues, and they give up, they break down, they conform, and if they would have just kept going, they probably would have got where they wanted to be. But you know we let the outside world affect our internal, when it's supposed to be the other way around. What we feeling on the inside is supposed to reflect on our outer. We got so many distractions, and we're bombarded and plagued with distractions that lower our vibration. You know what I mean? How you guys doing? And some of those times where you feel like giving up and it's just too much, it's just overwhelming of the pressure that you feel, man, those are the times where you got to shine. Those are the times you got to push through it. You got to push through no matter what. You got to find something inside of yourself that doesn't take no for an answer. You know what I mean? Because that's what they want you to do. They want you to take no for a fucking answer. They want you to stop. They want you to give up on yourself. They want you to dumb it down because you're too loud. You're too loud. Your energy's too loud. You got too much strength inside of you. You don't stop when they keep trying to step on you. You get back up every single time, and they don't like that shit. They hate it. They hate that shit because they don't got that in them. They mad because, nigga, everything you went through would have destroyed them. They don't understand it. They never seen it. They never seen that shit. Like, how is they still going? How are they not defeated? How are they not embarrassed after everything that's been thrown at them? How are they still going? How are they still trying to get up? That's how you know you're chosen. Because why? Why is it like that? If you look at people who already conformed, if you look at people who's stuck in the matrix, they're not going through nothing like that. They're going through the matrix day to day, and everything is just the same thing every single day. But the ones who start waking up and start going against the grain, those are the ones that you see going through a lot. Those are the ones that are having a long day. You know what I mean? And you got to realize what that means. In the movie, are you paying attention to the person who's regular, who's not going through anything, who's just going about their day every single day? Are you paying attention to them? Or are you paying attention to the one who has the challenges? Because that's what makes the movie. The person that makes the movie, the best character in the movie is the one that's going through it, that has to go through the journey, that has to go through the fight, that lost something, go get it back. That's the main character. That's what main character energy truly is. That's what main character energy is, you know? That's why they say non-player characters and main characters. NPCs, non-player characters are the ones that's just walking by in the background like nothing's going on. But the main characters are the ones that's in it with their eyes wide open, looking around like what is going on. And when you wake up and you realize what's going on, that's when you realize this shit is all artificial. Everything that we see is designed and simulated, put in place to keep niggas dumb, to keep niggas suppressed, to keep us like robots. That's what they want. They want us to be programmed in the matrix, like a program, something that doesn't change, that just gets up every single day, gets out the bed, brushes their teeth, takes a shower, eats some food, go to a 9 to 5, work your ass off for a minimum wage, come home, watch some TV, eat some food, and go to bed. That's a program. We way bigger than this, family. And the reason why I got on here is because I've been fighting, you know? Every other day it's another problem. You know what I'm saying? Every other day is something. It's always something. But I refuse. There's something inside of me that refuses to let this shit stop me. I don't care, man. They're going to have to take me out. And they will take me out. But they tried to take me out. But they're going to have to kill me, bruh. And I'm going to come back again. It don't matter, bruh. We don't die. We multiply. That's what they don't get. Or they get it, but they think they're going to stop it. They ain't stopping nothing. You hear me? Baby mama drama, legal battles, depression, you know, financial issues, you know, jealousy, envy, all of that shit. That's not stopping nothing. And you got to get to a point where in your warrior phase, where you're unbothered, where, yeah, this shit hurts. You lose family, you lose friends, but you got to get to a point where you just don't stop going. You don't stop going. You just keep going. That's the hero's journey. That's when you know you shifted. And the universe notices that type of stuff. They notice the ones who are resilient. They show favor to them. Because you got to think about it. Do you think all of this came into being easily? This nature? You think trees came here easily? You think they had an easy time? No. Nature is a struggle too. If you think about a caterpillar in a cocoon before it becomes a butterfly, it's enclosed in darkness. And they gotta fight their way out of that cocoon. They gotta fight their way into getting their wings. But if they would have stayed in that cocoon, if they would have stayed in the darkness and never broke out, they would have never got their wings and flew. A butterfly would have never grew. So look at nature, man. You know, just like seeds. You plant a seed in the ground. You plant a seed in the ground. And it's in darkness. And after that, it's a race. It's a struggle. It's It's who's gonna grow. Are you gonna grow or are you gonna stay dead? Are you gonna stay in the ground? Are you gonna come out the ground or are you gonna stay in the ground? That's nature. You know, the strongest will survive. You know what I'm saying? 111 on the timer. But we got to be fearless, man. These times is crazy. You know, there's always a new story. There's always something else that's just taking our mind off what's really going on. You know what I mean? Stay focused, man. Wake up. Wake up. Because they want us sleep. They want us dumb. They want us not paying attention to what's going on inside of us, the change that's going on inside of us. There's a lot of people that's waking up. There's a lot of minds that are being opened up due to the fact that it's the age of Aquarius. You know, where all information is being spread. And they try to block it by distracting, by putting misinformation out there, by putting so much out there, by putting trolls out there. They're trying to suppress this information. They're trying to suppress the chosen ones, the star seeds, the light. They're trying to suppress the light. You know, they blocking the sun. You know, they're messing with the weather. And it can get depressing. You know what I mean? And it's hard. It's hard, but man, you get your best reward when you endure. When you play in a video game and you go through all those levels and it gets harder and harder, you know, and sometimes you just want to give up, but you get to that final boss and you keep trying and trying until you finally beat the boss and you completed the game, man. There's a fulfillment that comes with that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm fighting, and I know I haven't been on here for a while, but I'm back. You know, I'm here right now. You know, I'm not trying to give a commitment schedule of how long and how many times I'm gonna get on this screen with y'all, but I just want to let y'all know I haven't given up on y'all. I haven't given up on myself. I haven't given up on my dreams. You know, I'm just going through some transitioning. I'm growing. I'm building, and I love you guys, man. If you ever press like or subscribe and you support me and you resonate with my message, I love you guys, man. I really do care about my people. I care about the people, man. I hate that all of this is the way it is. It's crazy out here, man. People don't even got the time to truly give themselves love because they're so caught up with trying to survive out here. You know what I mean? You know? And I forgive people that know not what they do. You know, I used to take shit so personally, like, man, you know, when I can see somebody obviously hating on me, obviously throwing negative energy my way, you know, I'll take it personal. But now, you know, the more I walk this journey, man, we all just reflections of each other. And I got to give people grace. Just like the universe gave me grace, you know? So, man, I had to get that off my chest, man, because that shit, whew, it's a lot going on. But, man, give thanks every day, man. Give thanks for the ups and give thanks for the downs. Because, you know, the down, the bitter is what allows us to taste the sweet. You know, if it was just always sweet, we would never know. We would never know that it was sweet because that's all we would know. So we need bitter. We need negative so that we can grow, so that we can see the difference, so we can know the difference. And just give thanks, man. You know, no matter what, count your blessings twice. That's something I always heard as a child. You know, count your blessings, because it could always be worse. You know, you may be going through car trouble, but man, somebody might not even have a car. You know, you may be going through issues paying your bills. Somebody might be living outside, you know, wishing they had the opportunity to have a problem paying their bills. They don't got no bills. You know what I mean? Even though we probably shouldn't have bills, you know what I'm saying, with all this free energy out here. But I truly believe once you start aligning with your purpose, the universe opens up for you and creates a way no matter what. And it will test you to see how resilient you are if you're deserving. So we gotta prove ourselves worthy, because I know the reward is far greater than the pain. The reward is greater than the risk. It's risky being on earth, man. What's good? Man, it's risky being on earth. You know what I mean? But if you fight through this shit and you do what you're supposed to do for yourself, you put the love and the effort into yourself, you level up. And that's what that shit is about, man. This is a video game. I mean, it's an intense one, but we here to level up, not get comfortable and die. You know what I'm saying? That's not what we're here for. We're here to make a change alchemically in ourselves spiritually. That's really what we're here for, is to level up and change things about ourselves and our DNA, our higher self wanted us to come here and change and experience. You know what I mean? And that process is called alchemy. Turning lead to gold. Turning lead to gold, you know what I mean? And when I say turning lead to gold, it's not physical, it's a spiritual thing. What does that mean? Okay. Let's say you wake up and first thing you do is see something that makes you mad, or you get a text message from your boss, or you know, something happens in your day that ruins it for you, where you're just like, man, I don't even want to do today no more. Well, alchemizing that situation, turning lead into gold, is taking those feelings and moving it, utilizing it to change the rest of the day for you. Don't get stuck in that moment. You use it and make a better day. So now, okay, yeah, so damn, I'm having car problems. Well, let me use this time, instead of being in a rush to get wherever I was trying to get, let me use this time where I'm having car problems, I can't do nothing about it. Let me use this time to work on myself. Let me use this time to work on my future, to do something creative. Or let me use this time to meditate, work out, do some self-care, some self-healing, take a shower, take a long bath. You know what I mean? That's alchemy. You take something bad and you turn it good. You take something less and you make more of it. You know what I mean? So, life is the greatest teacher, the greatest master. And when you stop resisting nature and you work with it, you come into agreement with it, you get your powers. You get your powers when you do that. But we got to get away from the mundane. We got to get away from the trap, the illusion. And the trap and the illusion is that the physical is all there is, you know? That all that matters is money. That all that matters is getting that house and that car and that wife or that husband and that dream job or whatever. Like, no, there's way more to this than that. That stuff don't even matter because this shit goes by like that. You know, it's temporary here. It says it in the Bible, you know? The great philosophers, the great teachers all say, you know, this place is temporary. Don't get too caught up in this place. Your mission here is to level up your spirit, level up your soul. So I just wanted to get on here with you guys, man, and politics, you know, talk to you guys about that. I just felt like, you know, I was being attacked. So, you know, this is my first thing to do to come fight, you know. I haven't been on here in a long time. And I apologize because, you know, I'm not going to say I was hiding, but I was focusing and trying to get to calmer waters before I got back on here with you guys. But I'm here. I'm still here. I'm still inspired. I'm still motivated to keep going. So, and press the like button. Subscribe if you haven't. Share, comment. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you guys are going through. And I'll be back up on here.